Well, what's it?
You want to do this interview with me, man? You want to do this interview with me real quick? Let's talk together. It's for a zine. You want Matt with me?
Yeah, sure, sure. I mean,
all right.
hey.
I'll be Kim, you be Dean.
How was Japan?
Japan was amazing. You guys were just in Japan as well.
No,
right?
we've never been.
You never been to Japan?
Well,
Is the first time you went to Japan?
Well, No Age has been to Japan twice, and it's a very tripped out kind of scene. Like, just smaller places than this, like much smaller, and everybody's very polite. And I had to really get over like any ideas I thought about. Like, why are the crowds going crazy? Like,
I thought they were gonna totally go crazy. That's what I heard, because all the craziest bands are like from Japan.
Like Boredoms or Mel Banana.
Well, the crowds for us were very polite and they were psyched, but then they were all very quiet, and then they all went and stood in line and bought every single piece of merch we had. And I was like, I think so too. Okay,
so you know they were feeling it, but they were like.
It's a very, and I've learned to grow up and get it over that a little bit. Sometimes when you're a young band, you're like, come on, people go crazy. Yeah. And when they don't, you're kind of like, what's up? You kind of want to hate on them a little bit. But I realized, you know what, man? When I'm in a crowd, I don't always want to go crazy. I sometimes just want to stand in the back and just watch. So I appreciate them. I respected it. So it was a very fun show. We went shopping, the most craziest stores ever.
I saw that on the blog.
Yeah,
with the pictures of like toys or something.
Insane. They have baby wigs.
The socks. I remember the socks.
There were socks, like with like squares, like sandwiches, like sandwich socks.
You gotta have something on your socks. But what I did notice from what you're saying is that when I was there, like I was walking through the subway system, and while in New York, everyone's like veritably screaming at the person standing next to you. Everyone was just totally silent. Like you were walking with like hundreds of people or whatever, and it's just totally silent, just footsteps. And it was like that's that sort of polite, like while everyone sees us as loud Americans, like that's like we were in Australia, and like that's how they just picture us, or in Scandinavia as loud Americans. We're always shouting and screaming.
With Bob Moore.
Yes,
right?
we played with Bob Moore. We got the chance to play with him in San Francisco.
You already played with him?
Yes.
Because I saw you did an interview together.
Yes.
And now you're playing a Pitchfork Festival, I think, or All
No,
Tomorrow
we're
parties?
doing All Tomorrow's parties, and the idea was to schedule this so that it would work with Bob, but Bob's schedule got a little complicated. So I'm assuming within 2 days we'll know for sure, but I think it might not happen. We wanted to do a whole Husker set. We got a chance to play with Bob Moore from Husker Du in Noise Pop. He joined us for a song, and then we played one of his songs, and then we're like, oh wait, so we pitched this thing to because ATP only wanted bands who would do crazy shows. We didn't want a regular show. And we thought, well, maybe we could do this. And we pitched it, and it was so waffled back and forth. Like we didn't get it till deadline, and then they're like, okay, yeah, we should do it with Bob Moore. Like, okay, well, did anyone tell Bob? And so we contacted him. He's like, he could only do it on a Friday, but they want to schedule us for the Sunday.
Yeah.
So I think what might happen is Dean and I might just pick our favorite Husker record, Flip Your Wig, and just play that.
Why is your favorite?
I think it's our favorite because it's pre major label for them, which I still think was good, but it still kind of has this punk SST sort of values.
Right.
It's still a fun punk record on the verge of going super pop. So.
Well, you think there's a connection with SSD since the name? I mean, it's a compilation from.
Yeah. SSD has been
a huge influence
Huge influence. Yeah. We
everyone.
recently spoke. I've been emailing with Chuck Tikowski, who was the bass player for Black Flag, and we've been talking about stuff. And he's like, "Let me ask you, did you get your name from the comp?" I'm kind of like, I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, cool, just checking. But I like that he thought that maybe we just thought of it ourselves. We're like, no, of course. We stole it. Is that cool? Like, you can't copyright an album name, so it's not like he can sue us, but it's a little like, all right, yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
what were you in touch with him in the first place about?
We were talking, I wanted to interview him for the film, for all this because he's written great things through Arthur Magazine. Jay Babcock got us in touch. But he also has a great band called the Chuck Bukowski Sextet. It's kind of like Saccharine Trust, kind of like free jazz.
Oh, Saccharine Trust?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that. Like, it's very cool though. Chuck's a cool guy. Yeah. But he always sends his like emails like, nice and easy, Chuck.
that's the last.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Okay. Wow, like keep it real.
Yeah.